Never count your homie pockets thinking you deserve it. Rule number 2, never trust a for some purses. Rule number 3, say you send that money, you better stop splurging. So when it's all said and done, and you back at the bottom, they gon' treat you like you worthless. Respect the game, the fame. We millionaires, you watching Lil Chain. Disappeared quick as Lil Zane. You feeling yourself, I know you got a little lane. Just hold your composure, I seen it happen over and over. That couple 100,000 holding you over. That ain't real money, that's bill money. Buy a rollie, get a will money. Pay a lawyer, take a deal money. Now you tapped out, ain't got no appeal money. Calling home like, then did you wrong? But when you had that money, you could.
You know who it is. If you don't, it's your boy Shake. Shout out to the Shake Squad and shout out to the Rise community. Shout out to everybody playing NBA 2K25. I want you to have a fun and safe summer. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you guys.
2K Sports presents the NBA Monday Night Basketball. Is coming right up. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sideline. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Castle is out there with Fox. And it's Wembanyama in at the center. And for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Reed is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. And Greg, what stands out for both of these rosters is that they both feature top-tier athleticism.
And Kevin, that bodes well for us, right? There's a lot of speed, some great athleticism. I'm sure we're going to get some highlight reel plays tonight.
And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. Now Fox. It's Vassell on the wing. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Here's McDaniels. And finished off by McDaniels.
What bounce from McDaniels, just leaping into the air for that time.
Here's Fox. He doesn't hit that one. Randle with some nice D. And the foul called on Edwards. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
Here's Wembanyama. Really played well against the Clippers in his last outing.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
Minnesota with the ball. And now we've got some time. To check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch. Now he's in awe of Victor Wembanyama, just like everybody else. He said, I don't know that we can stop him. I don't know that we can slow him down. But they want to try and play a physical brand of basketball against him at both ends and see if that has any effect. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now here's Randall. His last outing with 20 points. Knocks it loose. And again, Minnesota will turn it over.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
And here's Randall. Harrison Barnes getting it to go from deep. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Harrison Barnes picks one up.
And the physicality of Randall came impressive. It's what earns him those calls.
First trip to the line for him here. And the first one drops. Well, Stan, when the Spurs landed the first overall pick in the draft, their fortunes changed back on May 16th, 2023.
Look, Kevin, the hardest thing for any franchise is to find the guy that you can build everything around. When they got Wembanyama, that dream came true for San Antonio, and they've got the guy they can build this franchise around for years to come.
You know, one thing you have to admire about Randall is his hunger to get better. He is a real leader who leads by example.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Edwards passes to Randall. A fadeaway, and too long on the shot. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Wembanyama outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. All right, Stan, let's put that coaching hat back on you. How in the world would you game plan for a player like Victor Wembanyama?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin, and there are no great answers because he's so good. I think when you're guarding him, you want to be as physical as you can and keep him as far away from the basket as possible to negate his length. Defensively, or when you're on offense, his defense, I think you want to use his instincts to block shots against him, take the ball at him, draw him, and get the ball to open people.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but if it were that good, it would work more often against a guy that good.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Last year, Coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history, dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals, one of 5 franchises who've yet to get there.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Spurs leading by 4. Wembanyama outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Wembanyama has got 6.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. They're getting their first look of the season at San Antonio in this one.
Yeah, and they came out with a W every time they played this squad last year. A stark contrast drawn between the conference's haves and have-nots.
Some changes for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Alexander Walker comes in for Randall. And Bones Island subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Now here's Edwards. And get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's McDaniels. In this early bit of the season, Greg, how important are team goals?
Well, Kevin, you have to be working towards something, whether it's a specific rank or a record. Early goals help you define your team for the season ahead.
The first free throw is good.
A defensive ace. Jaden McDaniels gets the toughest perimeter assignment every night, using his length, athleticism, and effort to frustrate opponents.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Clark's checked in. Here's Johnson. That drops. Nice speed that time from Wembanyama.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Passes it to Gobert. Kicks it to McDaniels. 1:16 left here in the first quarter.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Here's Sohan. And it's McDaniels with the rebound.
Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Here's Gobert. Good defense by Wembanyama.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
Can't hit from the elbow.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's McDaniels. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Well, smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
Here's Wembanyama. He hits it from 9. Wembanyama has got 8 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Island finds McDaniel. Island with it. Pulls up on the elbow. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for San Antonio. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And don't go away. We'll be right back. thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Spurs.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
Timberwolves trail by 6. They've got Dante DiVincenzo. Edwards is out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Kept alive, Wembanyama. Love the confidence from Wembanyama.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Here's Randle. Good D by Barnes. Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs winning their last game against the Clippers in L.A. Three-pointer, Fox. They get it again. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
And let's take a look now at Victor Wembanyama's numbers. He's coming off an excellent season. And he also finished the season in the top 10 in rebounding. It's just a terrific year on the glass.
Clearly one of the best at what he does. Some of his highlight rejections were out of sight. That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Randle.
You know, they like Randle to be an offensive presence in the paint. They want him to be an option on every possession.
Fox, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. And Fox gets it to go.
Fox just brimming with confidence right now. I like how he uses that mid-range game, and he knows right now he's got that green light.
Here's Reid. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category. How about the vision from Castle, spotting that opening and making the pass on time.
Now, Alexander Walker. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
Well, look, plays like that are exactly why they find themselves in such a deep hole.
Jeremy Sohan's checked in for Wembanyama. DiVincenzo against Fox. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectations.
Gobert's checked in for the Timberwolves. Shot Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Randall.
Yeah, an underrated ball handler. Randall can beat you off the dribble. He keeps pressure on the defense.
Gobert with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Highland's checked in. Johnson, he's checked in for the Spurs. Chris Paul comes in for De'Aaron Fox. Over in the corner, Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Man, what a move by Edwards. That was phenomenal.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Spurs. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. Here's Randall. Another shot. And he sinks the layup. Randall's got 6 here in this quarter.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Sohan. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Spurs lead by 8.
Well, that's where Sohan flourishes. He likes to take his work inside.
Randall passes to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
And the Timberwolves call timing. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
And that was a shocker. Hard to believe that they dropped the ball, so to speak, on that one. It probably a tough pill for them to swallow.
Yeah, it's a loss that'll stick with them for a while. That's for sure. But a game like that can be a motivator going forward.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. McDaniels comes in for Randall. And it's Clark in for Dante DiVincenzo. Spurs also with the sub. Champagne's checked in. McDaniels passes to Highland. And the 3 ball is good. Highland's got himself on the board with 3 there.
A developing part of McDaniels' game that could elevate him to the next level.
Here's Champagne. Gobert with the block. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. There's 42 seconds left in the second quarter.
You know, he started off shooting it pretty well, but here in the second, he has started to falter.
Now here's Edwards. He's coming off a 28-point game against Sacramento.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
The offensive rebound. Over in the corner, McDaniels. And another 3 for Minnesota. 9 seconds left in the first half of the game. Paul kicks to Johnson. Takes the 3. Can't hit that one. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Spurs lead by 2. The Jets now to the Spurs.
Thanks very much. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, in a close game, what makes the difference in the second half?
Lots of things, you know. It's a game of mistakes. It's a game of playing well. Who knows?
Always love your philosophy, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, raise your hand, please. I guess Shaq's not here today. If your name is Kenny the Jet Smith, raise your hand, please. There. And I'm Kevin Harlan. It's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They have a 2-point lead. Kenny, how'd you feel about it?
Well, if you compare the assist numbers, you can see who's been the superior team. And they're playing a much better brand of basketball. That bodes well for them the rest of the way.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. The second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box out, battling for position, they own the offensive boards.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, look, even when you put a body on him, he finds ways to extend possessions.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Fox is out there with Castle. And it's Wembanyama in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. To the inside, Wembanyama.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
The Timberwolves trail. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical, but David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Wembanyama, good, right over the defense.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
Doubled by Fox. Read the pass to DiVincenzo. Count it. DiVincenzo's got 6 points.
Assisted by Reed.
And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally insane.
This is his third free throw attempt of the game. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down one, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
And looking at the numbers for De'Aaron Fox, great showing for him last season. Putting in about 26 points per, 5 assists, and just over 2 steals. And with the ball in his hands, he is an outstanding distributor.
Well, he is so unselfish. That's why guys love playing alongside him.
Here's Wembanyama for 3. Rebound, Minnesota.
Well, that one didn't fall, but otherwise they've been excellent shooting the ball to start this half.
Here's DiVincenzo, and he banks in the layup. DiVincenzo's got 6 in the quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Let's pause to take a look at the teams that really made their opposing teams earn their points a season ago. The Timberwolves, number 1.
Defense was their identity, and that's how they're going to beat you. And they did it better than anyone in the league.
Outside Edwards. To the paint. Here's Randall, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And now look at the numbers for Edwards. Coming off a terrific season. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
Oh, yeah, one of the most dependable scorers in the league. He really saved him in several games a season ago. That free throw good from Randall. So he gets them both. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Wembanyama. Reed with the rebound. Oh, too easy for Wembanyama.
I loved his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Well, his lack of offensive contribution has definitely been felt tonight. They could have used way more from him.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Randall passes to Reed. Pass to Alexander Walker. And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Minnesota making some changes. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Clark comes in for Edwards. And Bones Island subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. The Spurs also changing it up. Jeremy Sohan's checked in for Harrison Barnes. Johnson comes in for Devin Vassell. And Paul subbed in for Castle. Pass to Highland. Randall outside. 6 on the shot clock. Unloads from 13. Second chance effort. That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Rudy Gobert.
And you gotta box out Gobert or he will make you pay on the offensive glass.
You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you asked, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
San Antonio making a switch here. Champagne's checked in. Johnson outside. A three-pointer, no good. Timberwolves shooting is leaving some to be desired, just 36% here in the third quarter. The pass to Gobert. Poked away and taken away by Johnson. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Here's Champagne. They grab their own miss. Wembanyama. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
Pass to Clark. Now Randall. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter of the game.
And the defense cannot underestimate Randall's strength. Pushes right through the contact and gets the shot.
Out to the right wing. Back to Johnson. To the right side. Fires from deep. And it's Sohan missing. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Highland. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Now here's Randall. He's guarded closely. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, Gobert showcasing that athleticism.
Wembanyama down low. Can't hit from in close. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the San Antonio Spurs. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Nice read out there with Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Terrific play by Edwards. Moves like this are what makes him so much fun to watch.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to happen.
Here's Gobert. A rebound by the Spurs. Johnson outside. Shoots over McDaniels. That's good from Johnson on the assist by Vassell.
Well, every team wants fast break points. Johnson getting those.
DiVincenzo passes to Edwards. Pass to Reed. Clock at 6. DiVincenzo against Fox. Offensive rebound. And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yeah, teams do everything they can to protect against it. But at this point, all you can do is hope he's not gone for too long.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, guys, I listened in on what Chris Finch was talking about with his players. Now he's encouraging them to keep attacking in the paint. He said, when we get inside, you score. Simple as that. Keep attacking and don't settle for anything that's not at the rim. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. Here's Fox. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Here's McDaniels. It's rebounded by De'Aaron Fox. San Antonio leading by 3. Spurs passing it around. And the dunk by Sohan.
Jeremy Sohan, an emphatic 2 points.
Edwards passes to McDaniels. Gobert with it. Pass to Edwards. Here's Alexander Walker. Poked loose. In transition, here comes San Antonio. And it's Sohan missing.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Okay, time for an injury. Now for an update on Dante DiVincenzo's injury. Let's go to David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer of the Timberwolves gave us some information. He told me that he has a strained calf muscle. The team was just starting to settle into its rotations. Now, next man up. Kevin?
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it is all.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And guys, aggressive in creating his own shots, but thus far they have not been falling. Probably a good time to try and devote some of that energy to getting others involved.
And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Victor Wembanyama.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
Julius Randle's checked in for Minnesota. Dillingham comes in for Alexander Walker. San Antonio leading by 5. Down low, Fox. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And that's where De'Aaron Fox thrives. He wants to get inside and finish at the rim.
Edwards on the bounce. And Edwards with the stuff.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
Wembanyama. The basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Barnes has got his 3rd assist on the night. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. There's the 3. Edwards with another miss. San Antonio with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. A 3 from Wembanyama. Wembanyama, what a high release on the three.
And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is.
And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Substitution for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert.
13 feet away. Second chance shot. He lays it in.
And good ball keeping Gobert off the boards. He has a tremendous nose for the ball.
Wembanyama passes to Bissell. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Here's Shannon. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama.
No question, he got marked on that shot.
Rudy Gobert. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Gets the first, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Well, known for being an exceptional defender, Gobert also has a good sense for when he should look to score.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Highland's checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Nice work there. This is a point in the game where if you get a chance to close the gap, you've got to make the most of it.
It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
Yeah, this one isn't over, but they can't afford to waste any time now.
And the Timberwolves call timeout. They trail by 3. 27 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
All right, look who's coming off the court. Come on and get live for your Timberwolves dancers.
27 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Wembanyama with the rebound. Barnes kicks to Bissell. Wants to get it to Barnes and does. Count.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions. Don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
And so it's San Antonio with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that about wraps it up. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.
Those in the fly like bird. I love my but I ain't them nerd like I get a like yeah.
Wake up, get your in my makeup, get your fake blood, fake tough.